good morning and good evening, depending on what part of the world you're living in. This is Dr. Esty Hess.
And this is Dr. Ann Kirsch.
And we are coming to you from Los Angeles, California. For us, it is approximately 10:26 in the morning in LA, and it is about 8:26 in the evening in Israel, where we are once again interviewing on the podcast On and Off the Spectrum, Avraham Zeren. And we were so taken, Avraham, by your story, which we heard recently, about the stress that you felt under the job that you were asked to do in terms of dealing with your dead companions' bodies after, in the process of the requirements of being in a war zone, and how, thank God, the suicide attempt was not successful. By the way, again, let me reiterate, as we did in our first podcast, the topic that we're talking about today has to do with suicide, in this case, recovery. But if the topic is alarming, please do reach out to mental health practitioners. And I don't remember the number. I think it's 988.
988.
Right.
And if you have children in the room with you, we suggest very strongly that you send them to play in another room, or make an exception and put on a video for them, because this is not for little ears.
Okay. But we are going to be talking about the road to recovery with Avraham Zeren, and he shared with us some very wonderful updated news that I'll let you share publicly as you tell the story, more so
Right.
in regards to, again, your your own personal way of rebuilding your life after,
Yes.
thank God, an unsuccessful suicide
Absolutely.
attempt. All right, so
Yes.
we leave off. We're starting the recovery period.
So talk to us.
Thank you so much. So if I remember correctly, the last episode, we was just finishing talking about me in the hospital with my parents and my wife, and all those bad feelings I had, all those thoughts, they did not disappear as I thought, and actually they became more powerful and more hard, because it's like I had into it all the guilt and the shame. I like literally I couldn't look to my wife and my parents' eyes, and all I wanted to do was just to go back to my family, to be with my kids, to be normal again, to start to find a new job, to do something, I just didn't want all those crazy, crazy thinking and thoughts in my head. And when the psychiatrist came to speak to me, I showed her kind of a show. I showed her that I'm like, I'm okay. I won't do it again. I know I made a mistake and I want to rebuild myself. And by the end of the 3 weeks of the physical surgeries and recovery in the hospital, the psychiatrist who was in charge there, she wrote her release note, and she wrote that you can go back home, come maybe one day a week to visit the psychiatrist, and that's it. And my wife, my amazing, amazing wife, who just today I look back and I see how smart she was, because when I look on the way my parents treated whole the situation, and I've got to say it's normal, the way of this reaction of my parents, because all of us just want our life to be okay. We want everything to be in place, and we want to feel calm, and when something moves your system, you just want to fix it. So my parents, normally as a human being, they heard the psychiatrist and they said, that's so good, you'll be with your kids, and they were supporting my show. And my wife just Yes. And my wife she was there the whole 3 weeks, but she did not try to find me a solution or try to make me get out of it. She was always asking me if I want her present or not, or what do I want to do? And she didn't like said, you should do this, you should do that. And when the psychiatrist wrote her release note, my wife came to me and said, listen, I want you to be home healthy. I don't want you to be home half away. And if you're not going right now from this hospital to a psychiatrist's hospital, I won't stay with you, and I will wish you the best. And at that time, I didn't understand what she was talking about or stuff, but I am so grateful that I listened to her, because if I would not go to that place, I don't know if what I was doing, maybe I would do that again or not. And I went to a psychiatric hospital in near Pardes Khana. It's a settlement here in Israel. And not settlement, a city, sorry. But the sizes between the states and Israel is a bit different. And I've been there for months, and the problem was that no one knew why I did this or why all those things are happening to me, because I didn't knew it, and no one made any connection because I haven't spoke with anyone about what I've been through. And the major point is that I did not remember the fact that I was taking care of preparing the body for burial. It was like wiped out of my memory. And for this whole month there, I've been trying to understand, and I could not. And one of the workers there came and she was telling me, listen, there is a place called in Hebrew it's a Beit Me'azen. I think that the right translation would be balanced house.
Yeah,
which the official name of that is a replacement for psychiatrist hospital.
Right.
Because
so it's a rehabilitation site. So
absolutely. Yes,
we
exactly.
have a similar kind of situation.
Exactly. So basically the difference is in a psychiatry hospital, you in the department with around 50 to 60 people,
right,
who are also getting treated with you. And in this house, you are not away from the city in a closed place or stuff. You're in a normal home with 5 to 6 rooms with just 10 people. It's a really, really specific. They're treating you specifically for you and giving you the attention you need. And the amazing thing there is that you have 5 treatments a week. Every day you have a treatment with a psychiatrist and a psychologist.
Psychologist. Yes.
Sorry.
It makes it hard to run away from your memories.
Yes, and the thing was, absolutely. And the thing was that I've been there total for half a year. And in the first 3 months, I couldn't feel better. I was trying to understand why. I was trying if I had my body was starting to shake, or I was starting to experience a panic attack. I was just trying to do something. I was starting to go to a run, to play ping pong, to do something just to make myself busy, to make this whole thing go away. And it did not help because I was suffering for 5 to 6 hours every time. And after 3 months in there, which was half of the period of the time I was there, I went out for surgery to place a bone in my upper jaw. And they took the bone from the up of my leg, and when the surgery ended, I was stuck on bed. I couldn't move. And all of a sudden, after 5 months of suffering, even more, total 7 months, but 5 months since I was committing suicide. 5 months after that happened, I'm in that bed in the hospital, and all of a sudden, after 5 months of not remembering anything, his face just came in front of me again and again and again for like 40 minutes. I was
The
stuck.
man,
I
the
started,
man that died in front of you.
yes, that I prepared to
Yes, his
bury.
body. Okay.
And all of a sudden, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't make myself busy. And I started to scream and yell, and my body was super shaking. And the medical people there start to panic. They didn't know what happening. And after 40 minutes, it's like you are really like having a big, like you cry a lot about something, and then at the end you have like you're starting to like your body starts to like
In English, it's called a cathartic experience.
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, for the first time, I realized the main thing that started to guide me through my whole process, that when I just stayed in the situation, I didn't try to change or to make those thoughts go away. All of a sudden, it's like it's almost as those thoughts and those panic attacks received their wish, and they just wanted to be present.
Mm.
And after I gave them this present, they just went away. And then I was starting to think, what's going to happen the next time? When I'll be
Yes.
home, I could
Yes.
walk and do something.
Yes.
And I started to speak to my therapist, and I started to think of myself, did I choose this or not? Because I couldn't blame everyone else with what happened to me, or with what I did, or with what I should have been doing as a part of my job, but it's also some kind of choice that I've made, because anyone could have said, no, I'm not doing this, but I chose to do it. So I understood that if I chose this, so I want to choose those thoughts that are coming to me in out of nowhere, and all those my body shaking and all those weird things. I started to realize that I won't be able to make them disappear. And I understood that they are part of my life, and I want to learn more. How do I deal with them, and how can I live with them? And all my treatment started to be really successful. And for the last 3 months in that house, I started to feel more like I can hold myself.
So part of
You were back in your body. You came
Yes.
back to your body
Like
because
aware. I became back aware of my body.
there.
Okay. And,
Perfect.
And so
Exactly.
just to summarize, to help our viewership, what happened was your very smart and wonderful wife said, I know they're releasing you, but I can tell as your partner you're not ready. And they have what would be comparable to kind of a sober living experience in terms of the States, where you had 5 days a week psychotherapy. And then after this situation where, because of the injury that was self-inflicted, you needed to replace a bone in your jaw, which immobilized you because it came from your leg, and it forced you to actually face the expression in English again, face your demons, right?
Absolutely.
And face the this soldier who you were supposed to sort of put back together to be able to be identified from his family, and which caused you so much stress that has led to this episode. And suddenly you have this cathartic awareness of your memory of the experience, of who you are, and
Absolutely.
and
And
a
it's
different kind of
connected to what
readiness to
I,
face the world.
yes, absolutely. And it's connected to what I said before, that I realized I need to choose, and I need to tell myself about all the things I've been in the past and all the things I want to be in the future, just to make myself aware of the fact that it's my choices who brought me to the place I am today, and it's my choices who will bring me up to the place I will be. And I could have chosen in that situation to try to make those images of his face go away.
Mm.
But because I realized at that time that those things, those thoughts, those panic attacks, just asking me for a present, just to be with them and to understand that they're with me.
Right.
And if I can tell myself, it's a process, it's not a split of a second decision, but it's a process of telling myself over and over again that it's here and I won't make it disappear. But because of that, today, it's not much in my life. I have it 2 or 3 times a week. I don't know when, or if a big crush noise bumps me up and I'm like,
Explain, please, for our audience, what you mean by it. I have it.
okay, so thank you for making it clear. In the official definition, it's called PTSD combat. And those things in the physical way, which is also physical, but also mental way. Like the physical parts are sometimes I could wake up in the middle of the night out of nowhere, like nothing's happening, and I'm waking up, my body is shaking, I'm cold sweat of my whole body, and my breath starts to not be in the right way, and hurting to like hold my breath, and and in the mental part is like it's mostly sometimes like straight images come in my face.
Yes.
Images from my committing suicide, images from me taking preparing his body for burial and identification. And a lot of times it's like just feeling of panic, like something bad is coming. I don't know. I need to do something. I'm like, just like you're feeling afraid if a big lion or a big animal come towards you. It's the same feeling in your body. Your adrenaline starts to run fast, and you just feel like you can't stay in the same place. And
Right.
when I understood at the beginning, in the first 5 months from the part of me committing suicide, every time one of those things came, I was trying to make it disappear. I was trying to make myself busy with something else, to do something. And when I realized that it's there and I'm not going to make it disappear, and it's there probably for my whole life. It's a hard thing to hear if someone is dealing with those kind of things. For me in the beginning, it was really hard to understand that it's with me. But when I succeeded in the process of my treatment to speak about it more and to realize it, that it's here, and I want to decide to choose to be with it.
Yes.
That's the part when I started to see the good things I have. Because before that, the good things weren't exist at all.
Right.
For me, in my mind, because they were exist, my kids, my wife, my amazing friends, but I couldn't see them not until I really got into the darkest places in me.
So by accepting that PTSD is going to be part of your life forever, but it is not something to run away from, it's something to accept and something to work through, hopefully with the aid of a mental health practitioner, and accept that that is part of you, and to accept the whole of you, then
Absolutely.
you could go forward successfully again with your life. it's such a profound message, Avram, because I think that
Yes. And
there
the
there
amazing
is,
thing
yeah, please.
is that because I started this process, I I got a big gift around the end of this house I've been in. There is the Wounded Soldiers Organization, if you know about it. You know, you heard that name.
Hmm.
So it's the organization who in charge by government budget to take care of all the soldiers who got injured in the army.
Yeah.
And they came, one of the mental, like the one of the psychologists of this organization came to the house I've been in, and they were looking if there's someone in there who are related to the army or stuff, and if they want to come to the things. They're doing a lot um, of activities and stuff to help the wounded soldiers get back to life.
Oh
And
boy.
he came and he told me, listen, we're starting next month um a series of 12 meetings of learning photography and a psychologist during all the meetings to do like a therapy group
Mm,
through photography.
mm,
And he told me, listen, I don't know if you like it or not. I had nothing to do with photography back at the time. And he told me, listen, come and try it. And if you don't like it, you could stop in the middle, whatever you like. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. And
Saying
all of a
yes at that
sudden,
moment, saying yes, that changed your life. Yes?
absolutely. Absolutely. And you'll hear right now why. Because when I started those classes of photography, I just realized how much the all of the basics of photography are talking about how the world works, and it's really related to all those things I realized. Because when you learn about photography, it works just as our eyes. In the camera, there is a small hole, which the light comes in that hole, and the image is um writing down on the back at the time it was the
Yes.
film, but today it's like the electronic device.
That's right.
And in the camera, you can decide if you want the hole to be big and a lot of light will come in, or you want it to be small and uh, maybe not none light will come in.
mm.
And
You're blowing
in
my
order
mind.
and in order to create a right image, I'm saying right, and I'm not saying beautiful, because beautiful, any person can decide what's beautiful. But to create a right image, you have to balance. It's a description called white balanced. And in photography, it's called white balanced. You have to make the white be white. And in order to do that, you have to make balance between the darkness and the light in the picture. And when I started to realize that, and you learn more about photography and how to how to how to look, like the main thing we've been learning is how to see light. Because the main thing is light comes from the main source, which in our world is the sun. But if you are filming in the studio, it's the flash. And it's coming from the main light. And you can only see the things in front of you only because the light touches them. If the light of the sun would not touch the stars, for us, the stars will not be existed.
Mm-hmm.
So in order for something in our life to be physical, so we can know it's there, the light has to touch those objects and to come back towards us.
Avram, that
And
is,
the fact is that if you are not giving the darkness in the picture, if you're not giving it his spot in the places he needs to be, you won't get a perfect image. And I saw it's like it's life. It's how life works out. It's my process. And when I finished that course, I decided I went to the manager. It's like it's a professional school of photography who came to this organization to do this small course. And I came to the manager and tell him, listen, I'm coming to your school to a full year. I finished that year 2 years ago. Not 2 years, sorry. I finished that year of studying 8 months ago. And I started the next year, the second year of studying. And I'm finishing that second year on this coming October. And I've got yesterday the amazing news after a lot of works I've been doing, project of filmings, of a lot of films related to trauma. And I stand up how you say it in English when there is a gallery who stand up to people to come
an announcement,
present
like
their
you're announcing and
exactly. I send out my projects.
and
Yes, I send out
advertising.
my
Yes.
projects and my story. And yesterday I got the message that I got received to the biggest art gallery festival in Israel of photography.
Bravo.
And it's
Bravo.
happening in this coming November.
Oh my
So
goodness.
for me,
That's,
that's the biggest success of this
we
whole
are
thing.
so proud of you, but what a profound message. Because to heal, you had to acknowledge and let both the dark in so that truly the light could shine.
Absolutely.
And what a wonderful
And the biggest
metaphor.
success, yeah,
I'm saying,
the
what a,
biggest success is
go ahead.
not the 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 biggest success is not the award being in the show. You are the biggest success.
Yes.
Because
Absolutely.
even though there were many times you could have given up, you did not give up. And that's the message for all of our viewers, all of our listeners. There's light out there. You have to struggle sometimes to see the light,
And I
to
think,
feel the warmth.
and then,
And when you do, you are rewarded, sometimes with with an award, and sometimes with the warmth of the sun.
Absolutely.
and I think what you said, which I think is so profound for the majority of our viewership, it is not about running away from your problems. Sometimes you have to accept the fact that the problems are always going to be with you in some fashion. Try to get the help that you need so that you can tolerate that. Because by tolerating
Absolutely.
and having that area of your life that has darkness, as the metaphor is and the reality has shown itself for you, and we're thrilled, the light will shine.
Absolutely. And
This has been, I'm going to interrupt only because we only just have a couple of moments, but I have to
I
say
know.
this has been one of the most profound podcasts. I think, Anne, you're going to agree with me that we have really ever had the privilege of being a part of. We cannot
Yes.
thank you enough, both for the candor of talking about the challenges associated with the actual suicide attempt. Thank God, it was unsuccessful. And then to be able to come back again and share with us this amazing insight of your recovery.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I have one last advice
Please,
related to
please.
what you just said.
Please, yes.
So back to what you just said, to get into to understand that the struggle part in your life needs to be in, and you have to struggle and to be with it. I realized that without my wife beside me telling me, go take care of yourself, take a treatment, I'll be there for you. And she was amazing. She was alone for a full year, taking care of two kids during the third pregnancy of our little daughter. And she was just telling me all the time, listen, you need to come back home healthy.
Yes.
And I'm here for you. And I just want to say to all the viewers, surround yourself with friends who love you and who will take care of you, and you will take care of them. Because there was one sentence I saw somewhere, and the sentence says, friends are like rainbows. always there during a storm to cheer you up.
Yeah.
So,
Wonderful.
so surround yourself with people who love you and want to help you, because it's really hard to go through darkness places without someone to support you.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely. I have to tell you, that is the perfect period to this kind of sentence. And we are so, again, grateful for your courage and your wisdom to join us today. And I want to share that this is Dr. Esty Hess.
And I am Dr. Ann Kirsch.
And we are concluding this wonderful episode of On and Off the Spectrum podcast. If you enjoyed today's viewer experience, then please follow us, subscribe, tell your friends. We're located on all the social media platforms, and including certainly Instagram and my goodness,
And YouTube
and
and
music and Spotify
everything
music.
you
Yes.
can think of.
We're
And
on
there's
it.
also, when you go onto our platform, you scroll down past our pictures,
Yes.
and you will see that there is a way to get to every platform, every link
Right.
with just a click.
And also our past episodes. Finally, if you yourself feel that you can add to the story, and Avram, thank you for adding to ours.
Thank
We
you.
want to encourage you to come on, contact us, and be a guest on and off the Spectrum podcast. Thank you again, and we wish you all good
I would
health.
like, FC, if possible, to
Yes.
just suggest something else. One last thing.
Sure.
I have amazing lecture on my story,
Okay.
and I have a wish, I hope will become true, to bring my lecture to many people as possible. So, because I think when people hear about those conclusions, they tell their friends, and then it becomes to more and more people.
Right.
And I wish to bring my lecture to at least 3 other countries besides Israel. And if someone is hearing this and wants to bring me to a lecture, I would love to do that.
All right.
I think we can put my connections somewhere in this video or not.
Absolutely.
but
We will make the point.
hopefully.
So we're going to add that if you are, we have viewership from around the world, and if you're seeing this and feel that Avram's story particularly and specifically touches your heart, please reach out to us, and we will be more than happy to share the contact. And again, this is On and Off the Spectrum podcast. It has been an enormous pleasure, and what a gift to have you back.
Thank you
And,
so
and
much.
to see how well you are doing tonight.
Yes.
Okay. Good night.
Bye.
Take
Bye,
care.
Avram.
Good night.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Good night.